Happy Monday, it's Jameson Mitchell, your intuitive guidance counselor, and I'm here with your week in Tarot. And this week, we're going to be using the Lo Scarabeo Tarot for our reading. And those of you who know how I roll with these videos, you know that I take the entire tarot deck and I separate it into 3 piles. The first pile consists of the 22 major arcana cards, and the card from this pile is going to show us what the theme is for the week. The second pile consists of the 16 court cards. Those are the kings, queens, knights, and pages of tarot. And this card is going to show us what the approach tarot is asking us to consider taking as we move through the week. And then the last pile consists of the remaining minor arcana cards, and the card from this pile is going to show us what possible challenge could show up on our path this week. So, going with the first pile and the theme. I'm going to pull this card. Ha! This is so funny because I had a feeling that the card for this week was going to be Judgment. Now, Judgment is one of my favorite major arcana cards. So, Judgment, when it comes up, is asking us to adopt a new lease on life. This card is about a decisive call to action, which is symbolized by the angel, who is said to be Gabriel or Gabriel, depending on your affinity with this angel, blowing the trumpet, which is a call. So it's a call to action, and that's representative of the people rising up. They're heeding the call. So this week, we're being asked to look at what do we want to change in our life, and are we up to the call? Because this card is about an awakening. So it's like we're being called to make some kind of action or change in our lives. So another thing with this card for me, it's about our life purpose. So this is one of the things that comes up in my life as a theme every decade. So it happened when I turned 30. It happened again when I turned 40. I just turned 48. So I'm anticipating it's going to show up again when I turn 50. But when it does, I always ask the question is like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What's my reason for being? And that's what this card is. This card is about the big question. But if you're not asking the big question, that's okay. But it just represents on some level you are being called to take some kind of action that's going to put you on the path to making some life changes. Another thing with this card is that the man and the woman that are rising up are naked. So naked symbolizes for me being honest. This is about an honest self-evaluation, and it's also about being honest with others. And if you happen to be a person who, like I was sometime at the end of last year, I was feeling really stuck, this card is asking you, when you're feeling stuck or you're experiencing stuckness, who is it that you need to forgive? Because sometimes we get held up by our unwillingness to forgive. And sometimes it can be other people, but most often than not, it's about how are we going to be willing to forgive ourselves. So a couple of things with this card is about purpose, calling, life mission. You're being awakened to change your life in some way and to take some action. And also, who is it that you might need to forgive? No mistake, I love when this happens. So, you know, I thought of this card. I saw this card as a mental image when I chose the deck, and I love the fact that it showed up. So, this is Judgment. Now, our approach for the week. This card. Okay. This is the Knight of Cups. So whenever the Knight of Cups shows up, it represents, again, he is the spiritual seeker. So it's no accident that it follows the big question card about why are you here? What's your reason for being? What do you feel called to do? This card here is about going out and seeking that. He is sometimes equated as the knight who is seeking his holy grail, which is the cup here. So he again represents a spiritual seeker. So what is it that you're seeking on a spiritual level this week? And the knight is also being committed to that. So another aspect of this knight is that he is interested in following his intuition. He lets his intuition lead the way. And so with the Judgment card, this is about your mind opening up to the spirit world and everything that is in that. This card with the Judgment card, the Knight of Cups, is about what is going to be the tool. What is it going to be the resource that you use to develop your intuition? For me, it's reading cards. The Judgment card is also about the Book of Life. So if you're an Akashic Records consultant, that may be the thing that you use as a way for you to know what it is you're here to do. And then how can you help other people rise up to meet their own calling? So it's about not necessarily just following your intuition, but what tool or resource could you have that's going to help you focus? The Knights are all about focus and movement and direction. So what could you be doing to help focus and sharpen your intuition this week? And also too, the Knight is about being committed to the process. So it's not just enough to say that you're going to do it, but what commitment, what actions are you willing to take that are going to honor that commitment? Because it's not just about saying it, it's about doing something, because Knights are all about action and the doing. So that's our approach for the week. So a possible challenge. Let's see. Card. This is the Six of Wands. Oh, okay. So for me, this is all about making a breakthrough. This is about doing the work that you feel is going to be rewarding and is going to bring you some level of recognition. So again, going back to the Judgment card, is if you follow what it is that you feel like you are called to do, this card says this week you can make a significant breakthrough in doing that. This card also is about a triumph, victory, or success, and the people at the bottom of the card are standing in support of the person on the horse. So it's about who are going to be your cheerleaders, who are going to be the people that you're going to support, and who are going to support you. But also too, is if you have a message, this card can be about news, messages, or announcements. If you have a message, who is your audience? Because the Six of Wands is all about public speaking. So who is going to benefit from the message you have to put out into the world? So I'm going to sum up. The Judgment card is all about purpose, calling, your life's mission. Why are you here? What is your reason for being? Also too, be honest with yourself this week. You can't expect other people to be honest with you if you're not honest with them. But more importantly, if you're not honest with yourself. This card is asking us, how can we take that step? How can we take that action step in changing our lives this week? Knight of Cups is about the spiritual seeker, so seeking on a spiritual level this week. And if you're prone to wanting to develop your intuition, what is going to be the tool that's going to help you do that? Is it going to be tarot? Is it going to be playing cards? Is it going to be astrology, numerology, palmistry, reading the Akashic Records? But what is going to be the thing that's going to allow you to open up spiritually? The cup is about receptivity. So how are you going to honor your relationship with spirit and become more receptive to its messages? And then the Six of Wands is about making a significant breakthrough, doing your work and being rewarded and recognized for your efforts. And if you have a message to share, what's the message and who is it for? So these are the cards for the week. This is your Week in Tarot. I am Jameson Mitchell, your intuitive guidance counselor, and I look forward to sharing this space here again with you next week. And until then, have a tarot-tastic week and take care.